right now it's 3:30. And I woke up at 8. I've been kind of like up and down all night. Like, I'll fall asleep and I'll wake up and I'll go back to sleep. But I finally got out of bed at around 7:30, 8. Took a shower and went and got my back rub appointment, which my insurance covers chiropractor, and then I got like the only chiropractor around that has like a back rub girl too. So that's part of the chiropractor stuff. So they do the little cracky backy chiropractor thing that a lot of people say is, bad or whatever, but it's really like it's the same as like, I feel like if I just did yoga, I wouldn't need a chiropractor at all. But the chiropractor is almost like somebody's like doubled down on your yoga moves. So you get like to more than you would naturally with like by yourself. As far as like stretching. So you get stretched out with the chiropractor, and then you get your back rub. And so I woke up early for my back rub appointment, girl. And that was 8:30. Was out of there at 9:30. Went over to some like staffing place that staffs for a factory around here, and we've been talking back and forth about the job, and they just weren't like communicating very well over the phone. So I just went in there to talk to them, and they already gave the job away to somebody else. But at least I went in there and talked to them, because my whole point was that the other staffing agency was giving me a hard time, and I wanted to make sure that everything went smooth and didn't end up with anybody, mad about anything. But they already gave the job to somebody else. They probably needed a job more than I did. And so went there, talked to them, went back. I was gonna stop at my house and get some stuff for the Tanglewood project house, and stop for breakfast at a breakfast place. Went out, got a little breakfast, and back to the house. And went over dropped off the stuff that I picked up, dropped it off at Tanglewood House, from Tanglewood to go help that guy move. It only took an hour, plus drive time and everything. And like, you can factor in all the time that I put into looking for little side gigs, little work. And if you factor all that in, and the driving across town, I really made very little or nothing. But if you just count how long I was there and actually working, it was like an hour or less than an hour, and it gave me $60. So it's not bad. Good little $60 for an hour work. And took off, went back to the Sherwood House, Tanglewood House, and cleaned up the mud. I could put another coat of mud, but you can always do mud better. You can always do everything better. But I could do better. But I'm probably not going to. I'm just going to clean it off, get it nice and flat. The corners, you're really supposed to buy a corner bead, what they call it, and have that install the corner bead. I don't like corner beads, so I'm just going to do it with mud, and then paint over that. And if that corner starts coming off in time, then that's what happens. And by that time, I'm not going to be there. And I can blame the renter. Hopefully, this is my business plan. Either somebody rents it and they live there forever, and I never see the place again, or they rent it and they destroy the place, and by that time the real estate market is going to be worth more than the employment market for me, and that's when I'm going to sell that real estate, and then I'll never see it again. Or the market for that property is going to go up more, and the new house on that property is going to be worth more than the employment market, and worth more than my taking it easy all the time and doing nothing. And I'm going to demo that whole house and build a new one there, and then sell that. So I have a lot of options with that property, and putting a corner bead on that corner of the wall just doesn't add up for any of those equations. And plus, I don't like corner beads because they're kind of pointy. So I'm just not putting one in. I don't like them. I've never liked that product. It was kind of pushed into the trade, and I just don't like them, so I'm not going to use them. There's going to be a naturally put in little corner, and if somebody doesn't like it, I don't care. So I got a corner of the wall with no corner bead. And then that, okay, so 8 to 9, back road girl, 9:30 to 10 or 11, was going across town to talk to the staffing place for the factory. At 11 to about 11:30, breakfast, and playing on the internet. 11:30, the guy from the internet called me. That was 12 to 1. At 1, I was done with that. Oh, and then I had to stop at the bank. So 1 to 2, I had to go stop at the bank, which was on the way to Tanglewood. Stopped at the bank, got my bank stuff taken care of. And I didn't have a card for the bank, so I got this card made, little kitty cat bank card. So I got a kitty cat bank card made. Took care of my bank business. Went back to Tanglewood. Scratched off the mud. Picked out my trim. Now I'm going to Home Depot. Gonna get this trim. And it's almost 4 already. By the time I'm out of Home Depot, it's gonna be 4:30. And as you can see from how long this video is, it took almost 15 minutes to drive to Home Depot. Would take almost 15 minutes to drive back to the job site. Probably going to take 15 minutes in Home Depot. That's an hour just to go to Home Depot and get one thing. Oh, and I went to the house and looked for, I couldn't figure out what tools got stolen and which ones didn't. The one that I needed today, stolen. So, there's another tool that I have that's more of a basic, my little nailer thing, those got stolen. But I have small nails for this that I can manually nail in. And I have a finish hammer that I know I still have. So I'm just going to do that. And I'm not putting in 100 feet of this. I figure I might as well do it old-fashioned way. And I'm going to nail this manually. And I got the manual nails for it already. So I'm going to use those. And I'm not even going to get a new nail gun. I'm not even going to use the nailer. And somebody stole the hose for the nailer. So I don't even have to get a new hose because I'm not even going to use the nailer. And I'm trying to cut back on how many tools I have, how much stuff I have. I just got too much stuff. I got like so many tools. Like, I got enough tools to build a brand new house. But there's only one of me. I got enough tools if there was 10 of me. But there's not 10 of me, there's one of me. And, you can't do everything. So I'm gonna get my piece of this, put it in the back of the truck. I'm gonna go pick up baby from school. Baby's school is halfway across town. So, but it's right by Home Depot, so I'm just gonna go straight there. Hang out, wait for baby. Hang out with baby for a little bit. And probably go drop off the new trim. And it'll be too dark by then to do the trim. So I'm just going to drop it off. That's a whole day. Especially in the winter time and it's like so cold out. Like, my hands get cold when I'm working. I can't wear my gloves because everything I'm doing right now is finish work. So it's all small. I gotta put everything exact. So don't really got room for gloves. And that'll be today. I guess after I drop this off, I could study for that test again. I'll see if the book is around baby's house. I didn't see it at my house. It's probably at Liz's. So, might go back, read over that book again. Might just buy a couple practice tests and do them. But that'll put me in history right there, is building houses, building new houses. And that's what I got going on today. If I don't, which I've been putting it off long enough, I probably won't. If I don't do the practice tests and start studying again for the business law exam, I could walk the dog. But again, it's just too cold out. It's so uncomfortable. I really feel like it's the only thing I could really do today. I really gotta just study for that test. And that's the get down. That's what I got going. Bye-bye.